The Economic Update with Tatiana Bailey.
As President Trump's push to minimize the federal workforce pushes on, economists now weigh the long-term effects.
Yeah, so right now, Dr. Bailey joins us and breaks down the impacts of these proposed cuts.
There's been a lot in the news lately about the downsizing of the federal government. Reducing the federal workforce may appear to be a good strategy, but let's look at this in the context of the total federal U.S. budget. I've shared the first visual with you before showing total federal spending, or quote, outlays in fiscal year 2023 of $6.1 trillion. I've highlighted that almost 36% of our spending goes towards support for U.S. retirees via Social Security and Medicare. These expenditures will only increase as the U.S. has 11,000 residents turning 65 a day. This is clearly the lion's share of our U.S. budget deficit challenge. The next chart shows the number of employees by federal agency or department. Here you can see that almost 60% are in the Departments of Defense and Veteran Affairs. I was curious as to what percentage of total U.S. spending goes toward the payroll of these employees. Let's walk through that in the last visual. Average pay for federal employees in fiscal year 2023 was $101,610 per year. If we tack on benefits, average compensation came to $145,631 per year. It's important to note that federal compensation is estimated to be 27% lower than private sector compensation for similar skill sets. If we multiply that average compensation by the number of employees, total federal employment costs $304 billion, which would be about 5% of the total U.S. budget. Not a lot. However, most Americans would agree that defense, which includes all branches of the military, and veteran affairs are essential. If we exclude these two categories, payroll for all other federal agencies comes to $125 billion, or 2.1% of the total U.S. budget. These other agencies include the Department of Education, Internal Revenue Service, Health and Human Services, National Institutes of Health, among other agencies. Thus far, about 75,000 federal workers have left their jobs. These are civil servants who have financial obligations just like you and me. Both the public and private sector have waste, but at 2% of total federal spending, the phrase barking up the wrong tree comes to mind.